Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I've been gone for a couple of days. I was at the Million MAGA March in Washington, D.C. It was a very fun event. We had a lot of people, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today, but also talking about the lawsuits and what is exactly going on with the Democrats and their plot to potentially halt any potential audits or recounts or other legal challenges that are happening. But first, I have to tell you guys about my friends over at my Patriot Supply. No matter where you live, you're facing some real challenges right now. There's too much unrest and uncertainty. And in some spots, it's not even safe to go to the corner store, and that makes getting food a problem. If things don't get better, will you have enough food to eat in the weeks and months ahead? Because many folks won't. But those who act now and get at least a 4-week supply of emergency food shipped to them fast will be the ones who survive. That's why I strongly recommend my Patriot Supply, the only source I personally use and trust for my emergency food preparedness plan, and you should too. They're the go-to experts in emergency preparedness, and their mission is your survival. And right now, save $100 off a full 4-week supply of their tasty meals that supply 2,000 calories a day. This will save your life if food disappears from the grocery store shelves again, and saving $100 is impossible to pass up. So go to preparewithredeagle.com and get ready now. That's preparewithredeagle.com. Do it today. So we have to talk a little bit about the potential lawsuits because this election's not over. Democrats like to claim that it's completely over. But again, this election is not over. We are not going to concede. Again, people are saying you're just going to their level by not conceding. They say we have to give up. These are your typical establishment Republicans that want to get back to business as usual. The false dichotomy, neocon, neolib, screw over the American people in the name of bipartisanship. This is what they want. But no, we are going to keep fighting as a conservative movement. There are still many lawsuits that are going on. Democrats are laughing. They're saying that the lawsuits are getting thrown out. We're going to talk about why exactly is that the case? What exactly are the Democrats afraid of in a potential audit? But Republicans and Trump supporters at large are very, very angry right now. And instead of mobilizing violently like the left did in 2016, they mobilized peacefully. According to Politico, they said hundreds of Trump loyalists converged on the nation's capital to protest the election results, and they say falsely assert the vote was stolen. Of course, they're putting their own agenda into the title there. But it's funny because they are fake news. We call them fake news. They purposely say hundreds of Trump loyalists. And trust me, I was there. There was around 200,000, maybe more people than that. Of course, the left is laughing because we called it the Million MAGA March. I don't think anybody actually anticipated 1 million people to show up, and potentially maybe 1 million people did show up for all we know. But what we can see here is the media trying to spin a positive for Trump, where his supporters were energized, into a total and complete negative. And this is a problem. And I went to the event. It was a very fun event. There were a lot of people, a lot of different conservatives that went. You had the boomers, you had the zoomers, you had everybody in between. That was a big tent event. And we need to keep the party a big tent moving forward, but we also need to keep a level of authentic conservatism moving forward. We need to abandon the establishment. Some of the speakers at the event were based. Some people did a very good job. Other speakers, especially the main headliners, were kind of a little cringe and focused on the return to Reaganism and the free market and stuff like that. We need to do a little bit better because that's what the Republican Party has been pushing for the past 40 years, and it has gotten us literally nowhere as a result. Donald Trump did not win based on free market economics. Now, I support free market economics to an extent, and so does Donald Trump. I do support low taxes. I do support Donald Trump's tax cuts. However, people need to understand that populism, the America First movement, that is what is going to actually win Republicans the future. And again, why do Democrats keep winning? Because Republicans are not willing to fight. And they put up a fight this week. And again, unlike the Democrats, it was a very peaceful fight, which is important. And they try to spin the narrative and say this isolated incident proved that the whole event was violent. And no, the event was not violent. There were a few agitators from Antifa, but they were outnumbered. It was literally 200,000 to 3. I know at night, something may have went down where there were more Antifa out, but I really didn't see any of that personally. A lot of the people that were there did not see that personally. You saw a united right wing behind Donald Trump, and that was what was important. This is why I was gone for a couple of days, but now I'm back. And I will be verified soon on YouTube. They have approved the application, which is epic. You're going to see that verification badge next to my name in about a couple of days when it fully gets loaded, so stay tuned for that as well. But we look at the lawsuits that are happening right now, and we could potentially win in court. There are some legal scholars that say we could, even some Hillary Clinton past advisors that say that we could. And we know that a lot is going down. There have been countless glitches. They've all gone one way. We saw the halt in counting the votes at roughly 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. We've seen what the media is doing. We've seen what our institutions are doing. And even today, out of the state of Georgia, they are counting ballots still. They're counting ballots. The election ended 13 days ago. This is third world country level stuff. Look, we have a state called Florida. I know a lot of you people probably know that already, but there's a state called Florida. It's in the southeastern part of the United States. And they count ballots extremely efficiently. They had mail-in ballots. They had early voting. They counted them all efficiently. Donald Trump almost won the state of Florida by 4%. And guess what? Historically, every time Florida moves to the right, let alone significantly, Michigan moves to the right. Wisconsin moves to the right, usually, as well as the state of Pennsylvania. That did not happen this cycle, which again is only going to lead to more skepticism. Could it be a coincidence? Possibly. That's why we want and need an investigation. We don't lay down. We don't concede. We don't go down without a fight. That is Donald Trump's motto. His entire life has been never give up. And that is what the conservative movement needs to do right now. We cannot give up. Now is not the time to throw in the towel. Now is the time to make sure we have a clean audit of all of the votes, not just a recount, but also an audit. And if potentially anything is uncovered, we must do everything possible to petition the state legislatures to send Trump electors to the Electoral College, because that is what will save this country. If not, we could take precedent from North Carolina's 9th special election where the Republicans actually committed fraud in 2018, and we could potentially redo the 2020 election, because this is getting absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And there are lawsuits. Some of them are going to be more successful than others, but some of them are inevitably getting thrown out. A lot of people on the left are laughing at Republicans, are laughing at Trump supporters because the lawsuits are getting thrown out. But why are they throwing them out? What exactly are they afraid of? Why is the Lincoln Project doxing Trump's attorneys out of the state of Pennsylvania if they have nothing to be afraid of? It's either they have something to hide or they have nothing to hide, but they just want to harass conservatives while falsely claiming unity. This is what the media does. The media is claiming that we all need to come together to support Biden. They're creating this false dichotomy of unity. But that is not really what is going to happen. They want unity. They didn't want unity back in 2016. You have a lot of angry Trump supporters, many of whom feel they were screwed, many of whom feel that they were cheated. And the media claims that we need to come together for unity, but the election results have not even been certified yet. We don't even know what's going to happen. And right now, you can look at this and you can see the fact that they are blacklisting Trump supporters. They are blacklisting them. AOC says that they're going to make a list of all the people associated with Trump and make sure that their lives are going to be a living hell for the foreseeable future. Many other people in the media have suggested that they will do the same. This is ridiculous. This is not unity at all. They are not calling for unity. They are claiming that they are calling for unity, but they are calling for a unity of people who are not necessarily Trump supporters. They are calling for a unity of their false dichotomy. That seems to be the problem. So we'll have to see. Like I said, we may just have to petition the state legislatures to send Trump electors to the Electoral College, if possible. Some people say it's not possible. I've heard other people say it is. It is a debate. But if it's possible, we're going to do it. We are going to mobilize peacefully. Unlike the left, we're going to do it peacefully. We did it this weekend, and we did a very, very good job. We made sure that our voices were heard, and they were heard. Not just hundreds. They like to say hundreds because they know that there were a lot of people there. They like to downplay the crowd. It was not hundreds. It was hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million. I don't know what the actual number was, but we'll have to wait and we'll have to see. But either way, you look at all the glitches, you see the glitches, you look at what's happening in Floyd County, you saw what happened in Antrim County, and why do all the glitches go one way? That's the other question that I have, because I don't have an answer to it. And I really wonder why that is. I'm sure it's just completely normal, as I said in my second to last video. But anyways, guys, it's going to be a ride. This election has been strung out for almost 2 weeks now. It could be strung out over a month. This is going to be a very hotly contested election. Trump is not out of it yet. 232 to 227. He's actually in the lead because there are some lawsuits that are pending. And just because all of the lawsuits so far have not gone his way does not mean that we have to give up. It does not mean that this election is over, and we will have to wait and we will have to see exactly what happens. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video down below, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media, become a member, donate to the Patreon or subscribe. Star links in description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.